Coming up, I'm going to be talking about a brand new King Kong series, a new British drama series, and much more. But before we get into any of that, make sure you do hit that subscribe button to keep up with the latest Disney Plus news. Hi everyone, it's Roger here from What's On at disneyplus.com. It's Wednesday, it's time for a quick Disney Plus news roundup. So let's start off with, well, the big one, King Kong. A bit of a surprise announcement. It was revealed about a deadline that Disney is working on a brand new King Kong series for Disney Plus. Now, King Kong this was not what I was expecting. You know, generally think of King Kong, you kind of think of Universal. They've had all like the MonsterVerse films, you know, with King Kong versus Godzilla. But yeah, it looks like there's kind of a loophole here that somehow they've been able to do it, because the legal issues for King Kong have been all over the place for years, or whether or not it's public domain, who owns what, who doesn't. But somehow there seems to be a way around it, and so we're going to be getting a brand new series. This brand new series is in very early development and is being created with James Wang's Atomic Monster, who you might know for creating the Conjuring films, but also Lights Out and Mortal Kombat. This series is going to be written by Paper Girls creator Stephanie Folsom, and it's also going to be based on the original books from Merian C. Cooper. And it's gonna end up seeing a King Kong brought into the modern age, and he will end up being returned to Skull Island and a dawn of a new Kong. The new series will explore the mythology of King Kong's origin story and the supernatural mysteries. I think this one is a very interesting one, just was not expecting it. It could be years until we see it hit our screens. Also, there is another King Kong series currently being created by Apple, and it's part of the MonsterVerse. So it's going to be a little bit confusing, but this is kind of one of those issues that happens with kind of stories that have been around for a long time, and you know, when they start moving into public domain and stuff, it does make things a little bit ropey. It's why we've got films such as Cinderella and Pinocchio. There's different versions of it because Disney doesn't own that one. But yeah, King Kong was not on my bingo card for this week, but hopefully we get it confirmed by Disney pretty soon. Disney branded television are going to be working on it. But yeah, so let me know in the comments below what you think of a brand new King Kong series for Disney Plus. Disney has also announced a brand new British series called 1,000 Blows, which is going to be a 12-part epic set in the perilous world of illegal boxing in the 1880s Victoria, London. It's going to be brought to life by the acclaimed screenwriter Stephen Knight, who has previously worked on Peaky Blinders and also Taboo. And it's also going to be starring and executive produced by British actor Stephen Graham, who you might know from The Help, The Irishman, and I'm currently watching him in Code 404. This series is going to be produced by Story Collective and is a co-production with Matriarch Productions and Water and Power Productions. This series will be released on Disney Plus around the world, on Star Plus in Latin America, and on Hulu in the United States. This brand new thrilling series follows two best friends from Jamaica who find themselves thrust into a vibrant and violent melting pot of post-industrial revolution London's East End. Drawn into the criminal underbelly of a thriving boxing scene, Hezekiah meets Mary Carter, leader of the 40 Elephants, the notorious all-female London gang, as they battle for survival on the streets. As Hezekiah sharpens his new skills, he comes up against Sugar Goodson, a seasoned and dangerous boxer played by Stephen Graham, and the two are soon locked into an intense rivalry that spills out well beyond the ring. This definitely sounds pretty interesting, a kind of a gritty Victorian London boxing show. The fact that it's going to be available on Hulu in the US says that it's going to be pretty violent. Yeah, this sounds very interesting, and I think it really leans in on kind of some of the great British content that can be created. So yeah, so this one definitely sounds great, and as I said, Stephen Graham is really good. Everything he's in is top notch, so I'm really excited to see what they do with this one. But let me know if you're excited about this one in the comments below. Disney has announced that it has renewed The Villains of Valley View for a second season. This series tells the story of what happens when a teenage supervillain, Havoc, stands up to the head of the League of Villains. Her family is forced to change their identities and relocate to a sleepy Texas suburb. With the help of her new neighbour Hartley, Havoc goes incognito as Amy and must somehow hide her superpowers and quell her villainous nature in favour of something she and the rest of her family have fought after all their lives, being normal. We've got the first 10 episodes available on Disney Plus right now. There's going to be new episodes from the first season dropping in October. Filming is set to begin later this year in Los Angeles, so it might be a while until it arrives on Disney Plus and the Disney Channel. But if you're a fan of the series, let us know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on The Villains of Valley View. Whether or not you think it's worth watching, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. And finally, let's now talk about what's new on Disney Plus today. With it being a Wednesday, let's jump into it. So the main one really was we got a new episode of the High School Musical, the series season 3. Really enjoying this series, definitely check it out. Season 3 is a lot better than season 2, so if you didn't jump back in. Also, there was a Disney Plus original series released around the world except for in the United States. This is Fearless, which is all about an Australian football team, but it's from the point of view of them putting together a female league, and yeah, definitely something interesting. It's a shame Disney hasn't really promoted it outside of Australia too much. Here in the UK, we didn't actually even know it was going to be arriving. So the first episode has dropped now, and there'll be new episodes for the next 6 weeks. So yeah, if you're a sports fan, it's pretty good this week, because we're also going to be getting Welcome to Wrexham as well. So lots of stuff to be looking at. Some other new releases today in the US. They got the 8th season of Blackish. It's the final one. I really enjoyed that show. That's a really good one. While over in Canada, they got the 3rd season of Motherland Fort Salem. So they've got the first 2 episodes. And again, new episodes are going to be dropping weekly in. Also got a new episode of Solar Opposites. Love that show. That one's great. But yeah, so there's a little bit of hodgepodge of everything. Now with everything being spread out, obviously tomorrow we've got She-Hulk. And yesterday we got the finale of Only Murders in the Building. Again, watch that show. That is such a good one. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Make sure you go check us out over at what's on at disneyplus.com. Like, follow, and subscribe, and I shall see you guys soon. Laters. Thank you very much for watching this video. Make sure you go check us out over at what's on disneyplus.com. Like, follow, and subscribe. Also, a huge thank you to all of our supporters over on Patreon and also on our YouTube channel memberships. And I shall see you guys in another video. Laters.